Hi everyone, my name is Jelena. I'm your healer and a transformational coach. I wanted to talk about it today, a bit about how do we actually achieve what we're standing for. Like, we have got goals and desires, and how do you get there? So little tips for today is this. For number one, from my own life experiences, and I will have to say this to you, nobody's going to help you if you don't help yourself. Yes, you can see a healer or you can finish a course, but on the end of the day, you have to come home with a homework. Like for my example is I give you tons of homework to take it home, to do the work, but you still have to do it. I can't do it for you. Okay, there doesn't exist the magical wand. So the day when I was going through my divorce, the day when I was going through, a hard time with 2 children, and, all my friends, as much as they could have understand me or be there for me, but on the end of the day, they were not there in the house with me all the time. How did I do it? I basically have to say to myself, I'm sick and tired of it, how I feel, and I'm not going to allow my ex-husband to actually win because, his win was without the paper, without some kind of a degree of PhD at least, the minimum, you cannot succeed. And he thought the way how everything went through the court and, of the payout, what I've got, it was just $35,000, which is nothing with 2 kids. It's like, how am I going to survive? How am I going to do it? I could have sit there and cry and say, this is horrible. Like my dad said to me, why are you still here for? Why you are, in Australia, come back to Croatia, pick up the kids and just come home. You'll be better off. And I was like, I can't. I have to stay here for my 2 kids. But how did I do it? Did I cry? Yes, I did. But more days, I was just basically getting myself in a routine. Get up, do it. You have to do this. What do you have to do? Do you have to have 2 jobs to be able to pay for the bills and the mortgage? Yes, I did. I had to. Did I have time to cry? Yes, I did some days. But then as soon as I finished crying, I would pick myself up and be dedicated. So I had to-do list. I was dedicated of what? Success. Because nobody will going to do it if you don't do it yourself. And to be successful, I have to say to you, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. And don't compare yourself to the people who, got money from mom and dad, they're living at home and they've got all this stuff. That's silly. Compare yourself to someone who is actually similar to you, who has got a similar story, or who you admire as a role model. And I have to say to you, when you succeed based on yourself, it's the biggest pleasure what you can actually feel. When you succeed and you didn't got the money, you were not given things, you were actually doing everything by yourself, you learn the most. I have to say, based on my programs for Manifest, for the vision boards, how I did it as a single mom with 2 kids, how did I do it? Is the programs which are the best because they're basically done on my life experience, on my problems, what I've seen. How did I find the solutions? How did I do it? And I know there is plenty of men and women out there, and I have got a single dads coming to see me, and they've got children, and they go, how do you do this? How do you do that? I relate to it, and I tell them what I've done. Obviously, I do look at it into their scars and have a look, okay, this is why you're failing. This is why is this happening. How can we fix it up and make it stronger and anchor the thoughts, what they get through? Because the doubt, the value system, the belief comes in, and it wants to put you down. I had only 1 word at the time. It was what, my ex said, oh, healers, they just do cards and they just do this and, they're just nothing. And I don't ever, and my clients know this, I never in my life did I read the cards for them, did I do anything. It's just what I feel, what I see, and I just do the energy healing exchange. But I basically have got a psychic ability, so I see more things. And I see the things what's around them. So I'm a bit different than ordinary, just an energy healer. So I never ever will read the cards for you. So please have that in mind, no chance. Obviously, from my medical background, I'm looking into the medical intuition. I pick it up, and on my personal page, you will see there are SMSs which I put it on, and it says, what I've picked it up on a client where I said to them, please seek a medical help, go and have ultrasound, this doesn't look right to me. And I just looked at a person and they would come back and say, Jelena, you were right, I had this, I had that, I'm going to have surgery, I have to have this done. and I was so glad that I actually managed to help them. Okay, so if I see something like that, I will pinpoint it to you, and I will say to you, you need to go and see the doctor, and you need to ask for ultrasound, go and check this over, go and have x-rays, have a look, this doesn't sound or looks right to me. How do I do it? I just do it through the energy, and I can just feel it when something's out of the order. So the point what I want to say to you today is basically you have to be willing to be uncomfortable to come to the top. How badly do you want to get there? How much do you love yourself to get there? I didn't love myself enough back 4 years ago, but where am I now? What am I teaching you or everyone else around me? Yeah, so what do I teach you? You have to do it. Nobody didn't give me a book and say to me, Jelena, go A, B, C, D. There are certain things which you can go A, B, C, D, but on the end of the day, you have to be willing to do the work. Sit down there and cry and scream and just keep going and doing it every single day. And if you think that if you're just going to read affirmations and think positive and everything will just be flying and nice around you and will be all just really good, no, it's not, because life doesn't give you that. Life doesn't give you all the positivities if you just think positive. It really doesn't. It gives you sometimes the things where it will be challenging. That's where I come from. And that's why I say to you, why is this happening? And why do you have to overcome it? And how to overcome it? Alright, so hopefully this explains a bit more and gives you a little bit more of a boost and understanding who I am and how do I work and what do I try to achieve in people's lives and how to transform them to get better. Love and light to everyone, and we'll see you soon. How was that, Josh?